Before we go on to the next section, I wanted to spend just a few seconds to talk about putting first things first and achieving balance in your life. Both these things are extraordinarily important, and it starts with the idea that every single choice is your own. People don't realize that. I mean, how often do we hear the phrase, oh, that wasn't my choice? It always is your choice. How you react is your choice. If your kid comes home from school and she says, hey, Daddy, I got a D or an F on this test. We have milliseconds of time, but in those milliseconds, we can decide how we react. How often do parents overreact and not make the right choice that actually would help their daughter succeed better in the future and not be scared to death of taking that next test? We got to understand that every single choice is our own. How often do I hear, well, my boss insists that I stay in Seattle over the weekend to work on this proposal? I hate to say it, but once again, the choice is your own. You can either go along with that or you can make a different choice and say, no, my family comes first and I can't do that. I suspect that in most cases you'll find out that your boss will actually respect you more if you're willing to draw the line in certain places. No one is hiring you to work 100 hours a week. You have a choice. That leads me to the second part of this, which is balance. Stephen Covey has this incredibly great quote, which goes something like, nobody ever wished they'd spent more time in the office when they were on their deathbed. That is so true that our life is not about just the job. Yet way too many people tend to put 90, even 100% of their best hours in their job and have barely leftovers left when they finally get home dragging and tired. So, above everything else, as you move into this action phase, please realize that what you need is to put first things first, the things that are most strategically important, the things that matter. Family, your spouse, your extended family, your friends, your associates, your social network. All these things matter. It isn't just because somebody is asking you to get your quota done if you're a salesperson. It's not just because somebody's demanding that a project get done by the third quarter. You have to achieve balance if you're going to achieve happiness. Part of balance is to improve yourself. One of the greatest ways to improve yourself is to read more. Right now, the average person in America watches television for 4 hours a day. Now, given that most people are only awake for 15 or 16 hours, 25% of a person's time is sitting in front of a television getting no value. What if you read for only 30 minutes a day on a good topic? Chances are you would improve yourself. You would improve your thought process. You would have a greater perspective of the world. You would become more valuable in the marketplace. You'd become more valuable at home. Having a great library is incredibly important and part of this balance that we need to achieve if we are really to succeed and to make happiness happen in our own lives. There's many different ways you can improve yourself. One of the things I always talk about is communication abilities. There's not a job out there right now that cannot be improved or helped, or your own value greater if you communicate well. Yet very few people tend to take a class. Toastmasters is everywhere in America. You can join a Toastmasters group and learn how to do better public speaking. It will improve you. That's just one example. So as we embark into this last phase, please think about the fact that you have to put first things first and you have to have balance if you're going to ultimately achieve the happiness that I think all of us genuinely would like and have.